This reminds me of the day that I served my first rock. I could not believe it. I didn't think I could do it. And every time you get a success, it gives you more confidence. So remember that you can do whatever it is you put your mind to. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't let nobody stop you from chasing your dreams. You are the creator. You are the master.
Yes, sir. Peace, and blessings. I definitely want to welcome you all back for another great episode. You know my name, Celebrity Interviewer. I said it, and this is the show. And you know, I always had the greatest opportunity to be able to bring you all some of the greatest people in entertainment and people that's also making a difference and making a difference in building the communities. And this is a gentleman that's doing both. Man, this is the CEO. Man, this is the brother, the author, best-selling author. He's also advocate, you know what I mean? He's partnered with Cure Company, you know what I'm talking about? Freeway Literacy Foundation. Yeah, he founded that too. You know what I mean? And now you can also find his new product, LA Kingpins, at lakingpins.com. I'm talking about the CEO, the living icon, the one and only Freeway. Ricky.
Thank you.
Welcome back, brother, and I want to salute you. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate this opportunity. Let it be known.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
Absolutely, brother. First, I always want to start and I ask, you know, how was your day?
Busy.
I already know, being a Saturday.
Yeah, busy, and fun. Busy and fun. Because you know what? If I ain't having fun, I don't want to be doing it.
I heard that in that order. So, man, you know, always like to start from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been doing my homework. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? I want to talk about, you know what I mean, the beginning from the time when you moved from Truth, Texas to Los Angeles. You know what I mean? And that transition and what that was like for you as a young man.
Didn't want to go.
Right.
Enjoyed Texas. Enjoyed the little house I had on the Perry with no neighbors. You know, I left my older brother, who was not only was he my brother, but he was my best friend too. Because I didn't have no other friends. It really was just me, my brother, and my mom. So, you know, to have moved out and left my brother was a little traumatic for me. You know, I couldn't understand why he wasn't coming to California. But, you know, I got over it fast.
Right. Okay. No doubt. Now I know, you know what I mean, going back to grade school, you know what I mean. At what point was it that you know, gained the love for golf? I'm sorry, for tennis. I'm sorry. At what point was it when you gained the love for tennis and became aware of the legend Arthur Ashe?
I started playing about 12 years old, maybe 13, or just before I got to be 13. I found out about Arthur Ashe a short while later, maybe a couple of years, you know, after I was into the game and had started going to tournaments with my friends. Probably was about 15 when I found out about Ashe.
Okay. Well, now before that, you know what I mean, I want to take you back to you know, a sad part, you know what I mean? You know, but it's the foundation of, you know, how you became, you know, relentless and very tough-skinned individual. You know what I'm talking about. But from the opposite the time, I want to take you back to the event, the sad event where you witnessed a murder. You know what I mean, as a child. You know what I mean, and that being your late Uncle George.
Yeah. Me and my mom had came in, and my uncle and my auntie were arguing, and at first we thought they were just arguing, but once we got in the house, we could see that he had been stabbing her. And my mom stepped right in. She didn't hesitate to get in the middle of their fight. Um,
Right.
she take my auntie up and I mean tied her up and stop her bleeding and whatnot. And then my mom got me and my auntie and took us out the house. We jumped in a cab and um, went to Watts, where eventually my uncle found us again. And my mom pulled out a pistol and told him, "Don't come no closer." And if he did, she was gonna shoot him. And he came and she shot him.
Right. Yeah, now, I'm like I say, I'm very sorry to hear all of that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to have to bring it up, but I just want to, get down to the depth of, your childhood, up to today. Now, with that being said, now do you think that that was like maybe having to experience such a scary moment like that, you know what I mean, at a young age made you kind of like almost I would say fearless?
I wouldn't say fearless, but it definitely gave me a new meaning for life. I understood at a young age that my uncle was never coming back, and my uncle had become like a father figure to me.
Right.
My father wasn't there, so my uncle had started to fill that role as a male in my life. So, losing him was tragic. To myself as well as the rest of the family too. Uh, um, but I learned at an early age that if you take a life, it's something that you can't bring back.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately. Now, also I want to know, so when was it, when you and your dad, got into the cars and embraced, the freeway, which later turned into your nickname, known as Freeway Ricky. But before that, I know you all were the Freeway Boys. So talk
Well,
about the
that
Freeway
all
Boys.
started around the same time. After high school, and I knew that I wasn't going to be going to college. I started hanging back into the neighborhood with the guys I went to junior high school with in elementary, and most of those guys were low riding and uh, doing all kind of stuff. And
Right.
they talked me into going to what we call the street races, and I had never been to a street race before. It was my first time going to a street race. And when I got there, I see all these pretty cars and I see all these pretty girls sitting in the cars. And I said to myself, "Oh, I'm going to get me one of them." And that became my goal, was to get one of those cars and one of those girls.
Okay, I heard that. I heard that. You know what I mean? Um, Now, who exactly was the individual maybe that, well, we don't need names, of course, but you know what I mean? Was it like a person that you knew personally that introduced you to, crack cocaine and brought you along?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, really, my first introduction was the movie Superfly. That was the indoctrination. It's funny how things work. First you indoctrinate the mind. You fertilize it. No, impregnate it. You drop that seed in it, and the seed had been dropped in from the movie Superfly. When I left the theater that night, I had in my mind that I had saw a black man that I wanted to be like.
Mm.
You know, he
So he
he
was
he.
like a hero.
Yeah, he showed incredible power. If anybody ever have a chance to watch that movie, and ooh, we're talking about still the early '70s. So when you see a black man, beat the police down the way he did in that movie, it gave me a new respect for a black man that I had never saw before. I never saw a black man, dominate 10 white cops. I saw cops beating up blacks.
Right.
Fighting with the Black Panthers. I saw that, but I never saw a black man dominate a cop the way Superfly did.
Yeah, definitely. I know that was new for someone to see, during that time period. Now, I always like to ask too, what was it like, during that time in LA, during the civil rights? I'm sorry, not civil rights, but during Rodney King, because I'm gonna jump around too. But this is right before you actually got locked up, right? You know what I
No,
mean?
I was in jail when Rodney King incident happened.
Right. Oh, that was wasn't that like 92?
Yeah, I was in jail in '92.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. I went to jail in '89.
Oh, right,
So
right.
yeah, so when Rodney King incident jumped off, I was locked up.
Okay, no doubt. So what type of impact did that make in jail? Can you talk about that? Seeing that type of beat down, what I'm saying, and knowing that's right in the neighborhood that made a name.
Well, it wasn't surprising to me. They had beat me down before they beat Rodney King down. Only thing
Damn.
is, they didn't have a camera on me, you know. Well, you can't really see them now, but I got scars in my head, in the back of my head. I got bites on my leg where they let the dog bite me while I was handcuffed and shackled.
Damn.
When they did it, I had boot marks where they had been kicking me. I don't know if you ever seen anybody when they kick you with those boots on. You know, the boots have like the little prongs on them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you could see the prongs in my skin. You know where they were kicking me. Uh, um, so
So he was just
not only did I see Rodney King, but I experienced it firsthand. I think my beat down might have been worse than his was. You know, I stayed in the hospital about 30 days behind it.
mm, that's crazy. I'm sorry to
Yep.
hear that. But I'm glad that again that you wanted those people like you that don't look like what you've been through. Most definitely.
No doubt, no doubt. And that wasn't a hospital; it was a medical ward in the county jail, is where I was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so now to go back in reverse for a second, you know what I mean, back to when, you started and you took, and you believed in that $125, and you turned that into something special, and that was like, the beginning of, you building your empire. So, with that being said, was you apprehensive of, about, like, should I spend this $125 to do this? Like, was you like, you really believe that this was going, you could flip this money, or was you kind of like doubting, like, is this really going to work?
Oh no, no, I had no doubt. Uh, um, I had already been selling it for my friend.
Right.
I'd already been helping him, so I already knew that I could sell it. I already knew that it had an attraction. That people was fascinated with it. That people didn't want to go to the club without it. They didn't want to go to the theater without it. And I knew that if I took that $125, that I was going to be able to build it up.
Right. Okay. Okay. No doubt. So, at what point? Because we've heard this on all the platforms where you said this that you was making up to $3 million sometimes on a day. So, I want to know, at how long did that take for you to get to that point from the time that you began hustling?
It took about 4 or 5 years. It didn't happen overnight. It was
That's amazing.
gradual.
Shoot, that's like overnight. When you hustling, just hustling. When you hustling, them days, the AM, PM, you get it confused with the sun with that
Yeah,
sun.
they go by fast. They go
Go
by
real fast.
fast, but it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication to be able to do that. A lot of sacrificing. You know, most people, when they get $125, they're going to get them a pair of Air Jordans, or they're gonna go borrow the rest of the money to get them a pair of Air Jordans. So it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of vision too. You have to be able to see yourself um, amplifying your game. If you can't visualize yourself doing certain things, then you can't accomplish the goals. You won't be able to do it.
So, what do you contribute to your discipline then at such an early age?
Well, I've been playing tennis,
Right, right.
and in
Yeah,
tennis, you have to be disciplined. You have to sacrifice. You know, you can't do what everybody else is doing if you're playing tennis. You know, tennis, you know, is mandatory. You're gonna be practicing 3-4 hours a day. You're gonna be running. You know, and it's just a healthier life. It's a healthy lifestyle, and that's what I've been practicing. So when when uh, when I went into the dope game, I took all the lessons that I had learned from tennis and I started to apply them towards the dope game.
Okay, okay. So
Almost the same thing I do now. You know, right now I'm applying all the principles I learned from the dope game to this legal business. You know, I mean, uh, um, all of them is kind of like a game. You know, basketball, football, tennis. You know, they're all kind of like a game of real estate. You know, who can conquer the most property.
right, okay. Yeah, we taking notes, definitely.
Well,
We definitely taking notes.
you know I'm giving
Um,
up game. I'm gonna give up some game.
yeah, I already know, brother. You know
The
what I'm
young
saying?
boys, you know, because the young boys they keep me encouraged. When I walk down the street and one of them walk up on me and he tells me that he learned something from me speaking on one of these networks, makes my day.
That's what's happening. That's good business, man. You know what I mean? To be an inspiration to anybody, let alone millions and all across the world, man. Straight like that. Um, so now, did your people gravitate toward you when you started, sell drugs in reference to your homies as you being the leader and the person to come up with the rules and stuff like that, or did like you kind of like pull people out of collar and just tell them like get in line and something like that?
Not really. You know, when I first started, the only person that really rode with me was my boy Al. You know, Al rode. You know, when there was no money coming in, we only made $20 a week. Al was there. You know, um, and that's really how he became my partner because he was there. Um, and then gradually, as you know, as money started to come, you know, other people started to step up to the plate. You know, but it wasn't until uh, you know they started. You know, people gravitate to success. You know, when your team is when a team is losing, you know they got little fans, and then as they start to win championships, the fan base starts to grow. So it's the same thing with anything. You know, people like to be around successful people.
Yeah, true story, true story. Um, so I want to pause for a second and always just say, man, thank you for everybody that's tuned in from whatever platform you may be watching from, whether you on my Facebook, I'm talking about YouTube, even looking at Instagram right now live. Peace, what's up, Instagram? You know what I'm talking about? Share this video, leave comments, what I mean, disengage. So I just really appreciate everyone and what I mean, again, the celebrity review I said at the show, and we here with the living icon, the one and only CEO Freeway, the real Rick Ross, is not a rapper. You know what I'm talking about? So, I mean, hey, this is what you told me. You know what I mean? When you met me,
Yeah,
when I
was
had
that's
came to
what
DC,
I say.
you said, hey, because I was like, at the end of the interview, I was like, I support the Rick Ross, and he was like the real one. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, you gotta make those distinctions because you know the other guy he's been dominating the airways and the TV waves, you know, for quite a few years, and uh, people get it mistaken. You know, I've even had kids at school to ask me why did I change my name to Rick Ross. You know, as if
Oh wow, that's terrible. That's disrespectful.
yeah. I'm gonna change my name, but it's gonna be William Roberts. I'm gonna take William Roberts. I'm gonna make William Roberts famous,
Right.
and then he'll probably give up Rick Ross. Then you know, 'cause he couldn't make Rick Ross famous, so he
Yeah.
tried.
So
But
So do you have trouble with that when it comes to because your the name of your company Rick Ross Music Group and him being in music, is that ever like a conflict or anything?
nah. The question didn't tell me that I couldn't use Rick Ross. They just said that he could.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's
So
good,
he,
man.
he didn't he didn't win the rights to stop me from using it, but he did win the rights that he could continuously use it for whatever the courts came up with their decisions. But it is what it is. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I know, and you're the most humble man ever. You know what I mean? And
I try to be. I try to be.
one of the most forgiving man, straight like that. I appreciate that. You showed that over the years, and I want to take you back to a moment. And again, I'll jump around a little bit. I hope you don't mind. But in reference to just showing some of your forgiving heart. You know what I mean? Like the time when I'm sorry, you talked some of your people's out of killing someone because they stole money and stole, some of the product. But you reminded people that, death is not the answer. Killing isn't always the answer. What I mean? Let people live and, move back another way.
Yeah. Well, I always looked at killing somebody for owing you money. If you kill them, you're not gonna get your money back. That money's still gonna be gone, and you're gonna have other problems to deal with now. You got a body, that you got to dispose of, or something, or disassociate yourself with. So I always felt that it was better to write it off, and keep on moving. Chase new money tomorrow. Let that old money go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, at what point or what was an event that maybe perhaps that happened that where it led the police to start to get hip that, what I mean, you was the kingpin?
Who knows? I don't know. I never found out, what happened. Uh, from what I understood, that the city of Los Angeles kept hearing, the echoes through the street that there was this young guy that was in South Central LA that was worth $10 million and was selling cocaine all over the place, and they wanted to know who he was. So they formed a task force to investigate the situation.
Okay. Okay. So I'm really into numerology. I love my numbers, Freeway. You know what I'm talking about. And originally when I first interviewed you, I interviewed you on the 12th. Today is the 13th. The year was 14. You know what I'm talking about? And now I want to just also name something. The brother, the guy, Oscar Blando. You know what I mean? I was I was upset to find out that we had the same birthday. We was born on the same day, me and that guy. The guy
Yeah.
with the guy with the legal green card.
No, the
Oh,
illegal green card.
yeah.
Illegal green card.
Right, the illegal green card. Um, can you talk about how, what I mean, at what point did did he ever give away like any signs that when you look back that he may have, was trying to, eventually set you up,
No,
with
I never had a clue.
right? He
I
never gave
never
like
had a,
any.
no, I never had a clue. Even when I was in court and, that Gary was telling me that he was my informant, I still didn't think that he would come in and testify against me, you know.
Right. And how many years were you all doing business?
About 6, 7, something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice, nice while, but not really that long, 7 years is a short period of time. Uh, you can think you know somebody in 7 years and you may not. You can know somebody 40, 50 years and may not know all their skeletons that they have in their closet. So,
Right. Yeah, that's true story. True story. So yeah, when it comes to the gentleman Gary Webb, investigator, journalist, former reporter, who was labeled a suicide after being shot in the head twice, which is still forever baffling to this day because I think that's like impossible to be able to shoot yourself in the head twice. But with that being said, you know what gave you the confidence to still me when you know that they did this to this guy to say that I'm going to fight my way up out of here. I'm going to learn how to read and write. And, I'm going to pursue this. And, in reference to what Gary put the information that Gary put you on to.
Well, I felt that that I shouldn't be in prison for the rest of my life, and I was willing to stake even my life on the grounds of me trying to get out of prison. So that's what I did. I just started working toward those goals, toward me getting out of prison, and I just stuck to it. You know, I didn't give up. I didn't waver. It was something that I wanted, and I went for it.
Definitely, definitely, man. It took a lot, man. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? More than what anyone could imagine, unless they walked in them shoes. Now,
Yeah,
do you remember what the first book that you read when you were in prison?
absolutely. Malcolm X
Okay, that's what's up.
by
And
Alex Haley.
who turned you on to that particular book?
I don't even remember. I think the book was just in the sale, you know, and I think that may have been even the first time I ever saw a black book.
Hmm.
Might have been the first time I ever saw a black book, you know, that was written by a black about a black, um, and that I wanted to know what happened to the story. You know, I wanted to know more about the story
Right. Okay. Now I
because
know.
I never knew Malcolm had went to prison, and
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't know he hadn't went to prison, and I didn't know that he was illiterate at one time either.
Right, because this is like way before when the movie came out. Right, Malcolm X. I don't remember what year Malcolm X came out. The movie.
Oh yeah, this was before the movie. This like 80 something, 89,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
90. Yeah, this is way before the movie came out. People wasn't
Okay.
really paying attention to Malcolm X then.
Right.
It's, yeah.
So let me pick your brain real quick. What did you learn? What did you take away from the book the most?
Well, one of the most important things that I saw in there is that I could do what Malcolm X did,
Mm,
and I felt that I could do it even better than what he did.
mm, that's remarkable.
Yep, that's the main thing that I took out of the book. You know, I mean, we had some of the same traits. You know, he was in prison, he was illiterate. Somebody taught him how to read. Somebody taught me how to read. Um, and I just felt that I was in a couple better positions than even he was until the time he met Elijah Muhammad.
Right. You said you were in a better position at the time.
Well, I was in a better position when I was in prison and I was reading his book. Even though I was in prison, I had more things going for me than he had going for himself before he met Elijah Muhammad. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Right. Okay. Understood. Understood.
I felt I had more opportunities than he had. He really built himself, you know, with very little to work with. And you know, I'd already had a lot to work with when I discovered his book.
Right. And were you younger at the time than he was when he made his transition?
I don't know how old he was. I don't remember how old he was. I was 28 though when I started to transition. You know, my mentality um, and my mindset.
Okay. Word. Now, I know that I want to speak about two very famous gentlemen as well that you were locked up with at one time. One being the co-founder of the Crips, being Tookie Williams, and also late. I mean, I'm sorry, and then also a former kingpin and also co-founder of Death Row Records, Ariel. Can you speak about, maybe a story about two of those gentlemen from your time locked up with them?
Uh, I wasn't locked up with Tookie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't locked up with Tookie. I read Tookie's book while I was locked up, and that is a lot of reason that I wrote my book. You know, because I saw that he wrote his book and he almost won a Nobel Peace Prize, and I was thinking to myself that if Tookie would have been in my position, and he accomplished all the things that he accomplished, they probably would have let him out of prison. Um, so I decided to start doing some of the stuff that Tookie was doing. Um on the Harrio incident, I don't want to speak on that. Um,
Okay, no doubt. Moving
yeah.
along, moving along. All right. So with that being said, at what point did you decide you wanted to invest in that Anita Baker was worth your investment?
Well, I really wasn't investing in Anita Baker. I was investing in Otis Smith.
Otis
Otis
Smith.
Smith was somebody that had looked out for me, when I was younger, and he was my man. So, he needed some help. So I felt obligated to help him, just like he had helped me before. Even though the way he helped me was much smaller than the way I helped him, but I don't believe you judge, who helped who the biggest. If somebody needs some help, you just do it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now I do want to definitely stop and commend you too for man, just always being transparent, keeping it black and white, and always keeping it 1,000, man. Because you know what I mean. Sometimes you know what I mean when people bosses and they get up real high and being successful, they don't admit like they act like they don't ever take no losses, like no one never stole from them, like no one never what I'm saying got over on them. You know what I mean during their time period to get to the point to where they at now. And you've always been like so honest about that sometimes, yeah, people have, gotten away with, and was able to live after stealing from you and things of that nature. But, you were again forgiven and you didn't let that stop you from being who you were. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
think that's
no,
very
absolutely not. When you hit a lot of people when they hit a bump in the road, they want to turn around and go the other way. But I understand that bumps in the road is just a part of life. If you travel roads, you're gonna run into bumps. So stay in the saddle.
mm, okay, okay, in that order.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, what triggered that again that you was gonna take control of your destiny. Was it something that particularly happened in prison other than the fact of being in prison, obviously, and you felt like you didn't deserve to be there in the first place? But it was it
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that
Well, that's
happened
the
that
first
you,
thing that I felt I shouldn't have been there. Um, I was entrapped. What I went to prison for was what they call a reverse sting, and that's when
right?
the police come up to you and they're offering you drugs uh, 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 to buy, and they can offer you ridiculous prices or whatever. You credit, they can just do whatever they want to do with a
Yeah.
reverse sting. And I felt that since I wasn't selling drugs, that they shouldn't have been offering me drugs to buy. But anyway, yeah, I definitely felt that I shouldn't have been in prison, and I believe if a person believes that the situation that they're in, they shouldn't be in that position, then they start to work to reverse that situation.
Right. Okay.
And
Okay.
that's what I did. I started working toward reversing the situation that I was in.
And so, did you like actually write out like a business plan to all the things that you are like doing and working on now today? Did you was you like working all of that?
No, I didn't. No. I kind of keep my business plan in my head. I'm still not really a guy that's really fond of writing, so I still don't do a lot of writing. Um, Even when I was in prison and I was writing, I used to have to have a dictionary, to spell check a lot of my words. Uh, so I'm not a big fan of writing, uh, but my goals are so simple, and and I have a way of blocking things that are not part of my goal out of my atmosphere. So like a lot of people, they come and they like, how did you remember this? How do you? Well, I only have to remember about 30 things because
Mm,
I'm not trying to remember what TV show this person played on and who was on the show with them. I don't have to remember those things because I'm not concerned with them. I'm not concerned with the new Mercedes or the latest Ferrari or the latest watch or the latest shirt or shoes. Those things don't really concern me. Uh, so the only thing that my mind is focused on is my little small business mind and stuff that I keep on my mind on a daily.
Okay. Okay. So could you just at the time when you were released from prison, did you have to go back to LA? And if you didn't have to go back to LA, why did you choose to stay in LA?
I didn't have to go back to LA. I could have went. Well, we get to choose where we want to go. Really, when we're in prison, we can choose to a certain extent. That state has to accept you, or that city has to accept you, but we are allowed to go other places. I chose LA because all my roots are here. I have more plugs in LA than I do anywhere else. I mean, just like right now, I'm putting together a record label that's going to shock the senses. Let's say that it's going to shock the senses. I'm getting three of the baddest dudes behind the scenes executives to help me form uh, a music group, a music situation, and this thing is going to be so big and so powerful that it's crazy. And that's one of the reasons I came back to LA, because I knew that those guys like that was here. I knew that I had contacts with people like that there, and I wanted to take advantage of all my opportunities.
Okay, and that makes perfect sense. But the reason why I asked that question is because saying sometimes when a person's been so successful and is known in this particular area and perceived as in a certain light, what I mean, it's hard to go back to that same place and not be seen, what I mean, like you used to, or what I mean, and, you don't have all the material things and what I mean that you used to. Sometimes people just kind of want to start over instead of what I mean having to look at the same places where they've already been. You know what I'm talking about? But they can't do some of the
Yeah.
stuff that they used to do. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, I understand, but with me, it's kind of different because even though I came back to a place where I was very well known, nobody really knew what I looked like.
Oh, okay.
That's why the fat rapper was able to slide in, being totally the opposite of me, and nobody knew that he wasn't me.
Mm,
Everybody took as if in the beginning, as if that was Rick Ross,
right.
rapping. So with me, I was able to come back to the community and nobody really recognized me. I mean, even right now today, people don't really recognize me until somebody points me out or blow my cover.
Right.
so
Yeah, I know.
so uh, so it's easy to blend in. And I look like everybody else. I don't look like I look just like the rest of the brothers. That's why, last year, right before the pandemic, the cops pulled me over and asked me to sit on the curb, and I didn't want to sit on the curb, and they went and commenced to beat my ass because I looked like all the rest of the brothers. They didn't know they was whooping on Rick Ross until after, one of the cops came in and recognized me, and said, "Man, you know who that is? That's Rick Ross." And it just happens like that. If we carry ourselves a certain way, I don't need the trinkets to really make me stand out in the community. My actions make me stand out.
I heard that. Actions speak louder than words.
And trinkets.
Okay. Right. So I want to ask you a little bit about, what I mean, because what I mean, you came up during a time where hip hop became very popular, what I'm talking about, and then being in LA and NWA and people of that nature, what I'm talking about, making huge impact, what I mean. Who was some of the people maybe you were listening to when you was making all that money?
For rap, Tiny T, Master Spade, King T, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Roxanne, Shantae,
Yeah, I remember her.
Stuff like that there.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Did you ever be well, I know that that's a stupid question. I know that you ran into like pretty much probably everybody because you was, what I mean, you was there already, you know what I'm saying? So like who are some of the people maybe that you ran into when you start off like a young Ice Cube or something like that, or young Easy E or anyone like that?
No, I didn't meet them until I got out of prison. Never met Easy. Talked to him on the phone before, but no,
Right,
I didn't meet them. They really started really gelling in the '90s.
right.
They wasn't really gelling in the '80s. Like I said, in the '80s, it was Tiny T, Master Spade, King T, Ice T. Those were the guys that was really popping on the West Coast. LL Cool J from the East, and Run DMC. But it was still a new industry still.
Okay, okay. And at the peak of your success back then, what was like your go-to thing to do to relax? Being very successful and being able to be in a position to do whatever. But what was something that you did that you don't really talk about that like one of your go-to maybe a meditation was? No.
Well, I had a race car, I had a pro car, I had a drag bike. Those are some of the things that would be like getting away from everybody. Taking the boat out. We had a 40-foot speed boat. We would take that out on the ocean and just go run through waves and relax. And we had dirt bikes that was kind of relaxing. Um, and that was some of the stuff that I would do to like relax my mind.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, people like always wonder, what I'm saying, like, what do people do back then, what I'm saying, with that type of bread, you know what I mean?
Go
So
skiing. I used to ski.
yeah, you like to you, ski straight up, right? You like
Well, I'm snowboarding now. I'm learning how to snowboard. I like snowboarding. I'm gonna try to get it in this year before all the snow gone.
okay, like you X Games good, or you just a snowboarder?
Nah, I'm snowboarding. I'm new at snowboarding. I only did it for a week. I did it for a week straight. I took lessons for 2 days, and then after that, I was ready to go on the slopes. But I ain't. I'm just a beginner, a novice. Don't want to be a pro.
No, I mean I know you're very competitive, so you know what I'm talking about. That's why I had to inquire.
Yeah,
Competitive
yeah, but
competitive.
that stuff takes years and years of training, and I understand, that I want to be the richest man in the world. I don't want to be the best snowboarder, and I want to show that I'm just as smart as any of these dudes that's running these companies. Um, I believe that with the right opportunities, we can do a lot more. But a lot of times, our opportunities are so limited from where we are from and who we were born to.
Absolutely.
Who your parents are has a lot to do with your success.
Yeah, yeah, they are. You know what I mean? If I were to listen to my mom and dad more, I would be a lot further along. I know that for a fact. But I just want to be a rebel. Didn't know why.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, again, we know reading and writing was something that you had trouble doing growing up. So tell us about why you were so inspired to really make a mark and start a foundation when it comes to the Freeway Literacy Foundation.
Well, what I discovered about reading and writing is that it's not just because somebody can't read or write don't make them dumb. It might just mean that nobody ever showed them the technique to reading, and that's what I needed. Just somebody to show me the technique to reading, and once I understood that, reading became really fundamental.
Okay. So what was that experience like, man, when you got out, you know what I mean? You put the book together, you know what I'm talking about, this book right here, you know what I'm talking about? You got
Yes,
it, you know what I
sir.
mean? this is the one you signed for me, man. You know what I mean? So I sure
What date?
appreciate it.
What did I sign that? 10, 12, 15. Woo, that's a long time ago.
I'm saying
You,
so.
that book is a classic.
Yeah,
You might have had one of the original books.
yeah. This is definitely one of the original. I need to put in the case, but I
Well,
can't
keep it
stop.
because I'm gonna have a big party, and the only way you're gonna be able to get in is you're gonna have to have a signed book.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way they're gonna be able to get in. No amount of money. You can come with $1,000, you can't get in. The only way you're gonna be able to get in is have one of those books. Because I'm only gonna sign 100,000 books. Once I get to 100,000, I ain't signing no more books. Uh, I'm almost at the halfway mark right now. So once I get to the 100,000 books, that's it. I ain't signing no more books. And never again. No book that ever come out. I probably won't sign it. I had to see, because sometimes you say you want to do something, but then you change. The right
Right.
person come up and be like, please sign my book, and then you break down and do it. But my goal is to not sign any books after I do 100,000. Uh, so hold on to that one. It's
No
gonna be
doubt.
worth something one day. Hey, that book gonna be worth something one day. When I
Yeah.
pass Jeff Bezos, they gonna be like, man, you got a signed book by him. You actually knew him.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's always a pleasure. Most definitely. So tell me how big of a pleasure this is when you see the young men, the black men that was once you. You know what I'm saying? Embracing your book.
Well, I know that with them holding that book, they got an advantage to learn uh, some of the mistakes that I made that they may not have to make.
Well said. In that order, man.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I
man.
wrote the book so that they could read that book and see the outcome. Like a person could open that book up, and if he goes to the back, he's gonna know what's gonna happen if he become a drug kingpin.
Mm, right, right. Now, like I say, man, so many people embrace you, man, and you know what I mean. It's so exciting to meet, you know what I mean, yourself. A person that was once sentenced to life in prison, and then you did the work. You believe in. I believe in miracles. I expect miracles, and apparently you do too. And you know how to manifest a lot of things, and you manifested your way up out of that jail cell, and you know what I'm saying, turn everything around. So, um, what is it like, when you have people like this to embrace you? You know what I'm saying, and just just really, him being, the killer that he is in the ring.
Mike is a cool dude. A lot of love for Mike. You know what I'm saying? Nice guy, uh, funny. You know, um, just wish I'd have been around him. Early in his career, um, and hoping that our friendship continues to grow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
Like I
I
say,
got a couple fighters. I got a couple fighters now myself. I got a belt.
yeah.
I got a world. I got a world title.
Man, let me see some Freeway.
Come on, man. Let me see. Let me open this thing up, man. Yeah, I got a couple fighters. Nafia Charles. Y'all check out Nafia Charles. Just won his belt about when Nafia win that belt? About a month ago now. And I also got Kid Austin, who might be the slickest guy to ever put on boxing gloves. This little kid, 18 years old, man. He is slick, 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 slick.
Hey, is it any of these guys right here?
No, no, that's Austin Trout, Big Zoe, and Abel.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Here they go. Let me see if I can get you the picture. I don't know how to show the picture on here. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. You see it? See the belt?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
What weight class is that?
That's 135, and Kid Austin fights at 130. So we're gonna be fighting in Atlanta, Georgia on the 3rd. So anybody in Atlanta, Georgia, you want to come out and check us out? We're gonna be there, partying, and then I'm going to the Nationals I'm going to the nationals this year to recruit. One of my goals is to become the biggest boxing uh, advisor in the game. I want to do the same thing that I did in cocaine and the same thing I did in marijuana. I want to do it
Right.
in boxing and music and the internet. I'm really working on a lot of internet properties right now. I have some really, really sharp brothers around me that do internet stuff. So, you know, we tying all the ends in, getting it all together, making it happen.
That's right. That's right. Now, I want to ask you a question. You know what I mean? And this is in pertaining to manifestation because they are, and this is part of the reason why my name is I said it because you know what I'm saying. I learned that you know what I mean when you speak things, and I was watching like a lot of videos, Freeway. You know what I'm talking about? And they will always say, you have to say it. You have to say I said it. You have to, you know what I'm saying, in these videos. And so then, one thing later another. Now, with that being said, um what is it or when is it that you found that you have the power to speak things into existence because it's like everything that you said it has come to existence. And I want to ask you, do you think that it's bad to really speak about things that you do as long as you do it?
Absolutely, absolutely. You could, yeah, you should speak on because when you speak on things that you plan on doing, it also not only does it remind you of what your goal was, but it also makes other people hold you accountable. Meaning that, say for instance, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then somebody else is gonna say, "Oh, Negro, I knew you weren't gonna do what you said you was gonna do.
Right.
You're a bullshitter." Something like that. There. So when that happens, with me, if somebody tell me that, what that'll make me do is get back on my game.
Right.
If I got off my game and you tell me, "Oh man, you ain't doing what you say you was gonna do," then I get back on my game. So it's always good to have other people aware of your goals because they can help you accomplish your goals by keeping you on your game. If that makes
Absolutely.
sense. If that makes sense.
Now, it makes sense to me because I'm a person that, speak about things that I do before I do them. And people always tell me, like, stop telling people what you're going to do. But my whole thing is, like, as long as I do it, I don't care if you do it too, but I'm going to just, as long as I do it, then I did what I said.
And then the other thing is that you have to believe this. You have to really in your heart hold it tight that you're going to accomplish these goals. Because if you don't believe that you're going to accomplish these goals, you won't work toward those goals.
Okay.
It'll just be hot air. But when you really believe something, you start to work toward those goals. You start to push in that direction to make sure that those things that you hope for come true.
Yes,
If
sir.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it really do, though.
And even though when you start to take action, the action may be like little bitty teeny weeny steps. It's like right now, if somebody um, heard me say that, I'm gonna be the king of marijuana, they probably would laugh at me because, I'm going up against guys that have $2 billion, $3 billion, and here I am. I make a little money now. I'm doing a lot better for myself than I was when you bought that book. I can tell you that, dear. But by no means of the imagination am I in the league with the guys who I'm up against, who I consider the guys that I want to knock off the peg. When you're playing King of the Hill, you got to go on the top of the hill and push the king off, and then you
Right.
become the king. So the guys that I want to push off the top of the hill are light years ahead of me right now. But
So what's the key to catching up?
being smart, being creative, looking for ways that excuse me, that they're not looking at. Coming with new and creative ways of marketing. New and improved ways of getting the product out to people. Listening. listening to what the people were saying. One of the advantages I have over most people is I get to go out to dispensaries and meet the bud tenders and meet the buyers, and I get to talk to the security guards. Uh, so it gives me an advantage because they give me ideas. They tell me, what's going on in the places that I haven't been, that I'm not seeing.
Mm, okay. Okay. So I want to congratulate you too on, Freeway cracking the system. It did very, very well. It made a huge impact, when you dropped that a few years ago. And can you just talk a little bit about this film right here?
Well, I dreamed that film up, even though, you see in the film, I don't get any credits on there. I didn't get the writer's credit, the director's credit, none of the credits that I should have had. But I put 75% of that movie together, uh, produced it. I dreamed of it when I was in prison. Uh, and I knew it was something that the world would want to see. Just like I know now, we're going into the casting phase for the movie now. We'll be casting for that here in the next couple weeks. I don't know what all cities that we're gonna go cast in, but we'll definitely be casting here in the next couple weeks about the movie. My movie's gonna break the box office. They're gonna see numbers that they never saw before for no movie, not a black movie, but I don't think that they ever saw the kind of numbers that they're gonna see for my movie, for any white movie that ever came out. And I don't care what the name of the movie was. Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
Harry Potter, any of them. I'm gonna outpass all of those. I've been putting in the groundwork like they ain't never seen before. You never seen them done like this here.
Now,
Like
now,
Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't hit what you can't see. Yeah, so we getting ready to start casting here in a couple weeks for the movie. And I'm just ecstatic, like finally, after all this time, it's coming to fruition. Uh, uh, and I always knew it was. People used to get on me like, I thought you said your movie was coming out. I said it is coming. Well, you said that 20 years ago. I didn't say what date it was coming. I just said it was coming.
right.
One of the things that I learned about life is that you have to let life come when it's time. It may not come when you want it to, but it's gonna come on time, just when it's supposed to.
I heard that, man. I heard
We almost done did an hour too.
Yeah.
You
Okay. Well, let
almost
me
took me over that hour, so
yeah,
that's
let me speed it up. Let me go and fast forward then real
yeah,
quickly
because
so I
I
can
got a
get
few other things I got to do tonight before I go to bed.
okay, no doubt. So
Oh, where you
you
get that picture from?
you know what I'm saying, you in here doing the doctor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I know that flower. I know that weed business.
Yeah, man,
Very, very few people alive that know more about weed than me.
yeah. Yeah,
Very few.
you doing your thing, bro, you know
And
what I'm
none of
saying?
them, know the whole business like me. I don't think it's nobody alive know the whole business like me. Can outdo me in every aspect of this business. Nobody can do that. I don't care
Oh,
what their name is. I don't care how long they've been in weed. I'll go up against them.
mm, in that order. He said it.
Yes.
So how can people order this product?
Well, if they're in California, they can order it. They can go to the nearest dispensary and get it. There's a couple delivery services that deliver. Uh, they can go to my website, LA Kingpin, and get all the information, or they can go to Freeway Cannabis and get the information. Or they can go to my Instagram. We got the information out there. And
Okay.
I have my own dispensary in a couple months. We getting ready to start working on my dispensary here in about another 25, 30 days.
Okay, congratulations. And I definitely want to shout out CC and thank her, you know what I mean, for
The X Factor. That's the X Factor.
X
CC the
Factor.
X Factor. Yeah. CC ain't no joke.
That's right. Peace, Queen. Peace to you, Queen. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, so as we get up out of here soon, you know what I mean, I also want to show this picture because you know what I'm saying, this was a very great moment in my life. But that brother got his thumbs up. That's my brother, man. That's one of my good brothers, man. If it wasn't for him holding that camera for me, making the sacrifice, he's a um, very talented music artist himself. But he made a sacrifice for me, Freeway, and he held a camera so I can conduct interviews over the years since the time that I met you. And you know what I mean. He just helped put me in a better position, man, and put himself in the back burner. Despite he's super talented himself. So shout out to Dude and them, Demille. You know what I mean? My brother, love you, dog. You
What's
know
his
what I'm
name?
talking
The
about?
dude them?
Dude and them. Dude and
Dude
them.com.
them?
He the founder of Dude and
Dudenthem.com.
them. He the founder of Dude and them. He the Dude and them. He
He the
started
dude?
this in 90, he started Dude and them in like 99.
Wow.
You know
That's
what I'm
tight.
saying?
That's
Yes,
tight.
sir. Yeah, and definitely want to commend you for, you know what I mean, your show, looking for game, you know what I'm saying? That's a really dope show that you're doing. I love the concept, how you connecting with everybody in the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? Can you just speak a little bit about that show and when people can find it?
Well, the idea came from Echo. Echo came up with the idea, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. Ran with it, and basically, what we want to do is just bring people on who have made it to success, and they come on and give their secrets to how they did it.
Mm,
That's really the essence of the game, of the show. I'm just hoping, once this pandemic is over, I want to get a studio where I can start flying guests in and, sit them down at a nice table and we can really like talk and, maybe drink some juice, and just chill.
right. Okay, okay. That'd be nice. Definitely
Yes, yes.
got to shout out and salute the brother Suave, man. You know what I mean? Over the years, you know what I'm saying, I kept in touch with him a little bit and he helped me to, stay in connection a little bit with yourself. So, salute to that brother too.
No doubt, no doubt. Shout out to Suave.
Saying, yeah, so, you know what I mean? I know we got to get out of here so I can post any more pictures. So definitely, man, I just want to again, you know what I mean, tell you, I really appreciate you, man. Want to wish you the best toward all your future endeavors, everything you're definitely working on. I know that you are master of your craft, so you got this covered. You know what I mean. But still, with that being said, I still want to send my blessings and again salute you, bro. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. You know what I mean. I don't take it for granted, and definitely no promise that I get around to with you, but you know what I'm saying is, man, I'm grateful, man, to be able to have the opportunity. So it was dope, really
All
dope.
right, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll do it
Yes,
again
sir.
soon.
All day. Appreciate you. Much
All
love.
right.
Oh yeah,
Much
and
love.
hold on. They gotta pick up 21 Keys to Success, Riding with Rick. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure y'all go pick up that book too.
Hello?
I don't hold it up.
One love. All right.
What's
Peace.
going on, man? I didn't know if I need to come see you.
Hold
All
on. I'm
right, so
finishing
make
up this
sure
interview.
y'all
1 second.
all right, salute, bro. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Later.
Peace. Appreciate you. All right, thank you again for everybody that tuned in today. You know what I mean, with us. You know what I mean? Again, we definitely want to thank Urban Grind TV, you know what I mean, for being able to air this and utilize their Roku TV today. So shout out to Roku and everybody that's watching, to the VMO audience as well. So again, shout out, salute to Urban Grind TV .com. So you definitely want to check that out like ASAP. And like always, always gotta shout some people out. So that's a good book, you all definitely want to go and check out. Let me see. Shout out to Ron, the director. You already know. Shout out to Mimi Mala down in Florida. You already know the kickback. You already know y'all got to tune in like all the time. She Bananas. Shout out to OG Cocaine. He got a new track out. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ King Assassin too, the one and only. Shout out to this boutique, you know what I'm saying, that's right there out there in California. So, you know, if you ladies need some clothes, you know what I'm saying, holla at my girl. Dean, what's up? DMP Magazine, all day. He does photography, so you know, you see the number, go ahead, screenshot that. Souls and Blues Live TV. Shout out to Stephanie Batiste. Man, what's up? Y'all have to definitely make sure y'all go and get Legacy of a Humble Black Woman, also Miss Estella Pyfrom, with Estella's BrilliantBus.com. Tina Renee, Soulful Discussions. You already know, every Wednesday night. Pieces of Elise. Shout out to Elise Boswell. Also has Just for Us magazine. And hey, you already know it's me. Yeah, I said it. You know what I'm saying? I actually got a radio show I'm gonna be starting soon. As you see, it's gonna be March the 18th. And you know what I mean, March the 18th, and you know what I'm saying, that's how we're gonna do it. Again, appreciate, you know what I'm saying, want to thank Freeway, you know what I'm saying, for this interview. Much love to him. Make sure y'all visit kingpens.com. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, I got to shout out my brother Brandon, you know what I'm saying, AKA B Cox, you know what I'm saying, the owner of Chicago Run Rockers, you know what I mean? I just recently been appointed as the director of media. So, man, I'm more than grateful, more than what words can express. So I look forward to, you know, making history with that brother, you know what I'm saying, and see what we can do, you know what I'm saying, with the Chicago Run Rockers team and the TBL. You know what I'm saying? This was actually an old school picture of me and Freeway. You know, that was the second time I met him, the day after I interviewed him. Actually, this was a scene from Chris Brown and Jordan Lucas video, you know what I'm saying, I Can't Die. And as you see it, you know what I'm saying, Freeway shirt is being seen in the middle. Saying shout out to my homie Tony and Jazzo, the originator. Yes, sir. That's actually Freeway with Lisa Ray. And you know Lisa Ray from famous actress, and actually she's also the an ambassador for my friend Stevie Edwards, the famous fashion designer. Yeah, man, I wanted to ask Freeway about that too, you know what I'm saying, what that was like, you know what I mean? But that was him in New Year's. That's how he brought the New Year's in prior to the pandemic. Again, make sure y'all go get 21 Keys of Success. It's called Riding with Rick, the 21 Keys of Success. That's actually him and Snoop and a few other gentlemen. Shout out to Snoop. Yeah, that was him and Mike Tyson. Shout out to Iron Mike. That's actually him and Tiffany Gaines. Him and Method Man. Raekwon, Chef. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, this was actually a magazine that he was featured on. That's one of a gentleman that he had interviewed him. A really big show. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, this was actually him. I wanted to show this too. You know what I mean? He was awarded this shortly at the time he had gotten out of prison. So, you know, for making a difference in the community. That's him and Sway, from Sway in the Morning. Yeah, he recently also interviewed the legendary Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, this was actually the cover that I designed back in the day, for the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Make sure y'all visit ChicagoBridgeMagazine.com. Shout out to my brother Brian Unlimited. Look him up. He do clothes, custom. Shout out to Luxy Diamond Enterprises. Phoenix, what's up? We for us. Homie Roderick, what's good? Chicago. Yeah, actually, Freeway also, his foundation, Literacy Foundation, had donated what's that? $10,000. So, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. You already know who that is. Shout out to my brother Kerry out there in Gary. Kerry James, aka KJ, the amazing KJ. Again, make sure y'all follow Rick Ross, the real one. Ricky Ross, Freeway Rick Ross. That's Rick Ross Music Group, actually. Definitely want to thank GQ Gentlemen, you know what I mean? They actually sponsored my tie today. You know what I mean? Styles by Dave. You can actually find them at 7149 South State, right in Chicago, Illinois, you know what I'm saying? Inglewood. So appreciate y'all. Much love. Man, you know what I'm saying? We did it. Black, you know what I'm saying? Salute to my brother Black. Black Lord. Rest in peace, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know you appreciate it and love Freeway too. So, you know, I had to show you today. Shout out to my cousin Tyree, man. That's right. We did it, brother. All day. Rest in peace. Love you. Like I say, make sure y'all support Freeway, the real Rick Ross.
This reminds me of the day that I sold my first rock. I could not believe it. I didn't think I could do it. And every time you get a success, it gives you more confidence. So remember that you can do whatever it is you put your mind to. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't let nobody stop you from chasing your dreams. You are the creator. You are the master.
I said it, support it. I support, I said it, support it. I said, I support it. I said, support it.
I support it all day long. Right, bro. Yeah.
Yo, it's the originator Jazzo, y'all. Make this real quick, man. Shout out to Isaidit Management. Doing it big.
Appreciate you.
Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Skrilla, man. Shout out to Isaidit, the celebrity interviewer. You dig what I'm talking about, man. Sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Get in tune with it. You dig?
Yo, what's good? This your boy Who Knows. Letting you know this Wednesday, December 16th, tune in. I'll be with the celebrity interviewer Isaidit the Poet for the Isaidit Show. sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. 2020 been a hectic year for everybody. I've been blessed to still reach a few accomplishments, get a little bit of acknowledgement, and we're going into 2021 hungry and heavy. And we're going to discuss all that Wednesday, December.
Hey, yo, what up? This is Dead Wilder, music exec, music manager, entrepreneur. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer. I Said It, the show, sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. All right, prosper.
What's happening? This your boy Cam Jones, man. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer I Said It show, sponsored by the world famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Y'all tap in. Dope content, dope interviews, and you might even see me on that song.
What up, it's your boy Dave Tolliver from the legendary Minute Large, and right now you're checking out the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the show, baby. Yeah, it's all being brought to you by Chicago Bridge magazine. Yeah.
Hey love, it's Shy Love giving a Shy Love salute to the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the show, sponsored by the famous Chicago Bridge magazine. Keep doing y'all thing. It's all love and Shy Love. Hugs.
Thank you again for everybody that tuned in today, man, with us. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you rocking with me. Please share this video if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? If you have, shoot, share it again. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Again, this was another great celebrity interview. Again, my name's Celebrity Interviewer. I Said It. And this the show. And we was live with Freeway, the real Rick Ross, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a best-selling author. He's partnered with Cure company. And he's also the host of Looking for Game with Freeway Ricky. You know what I'm saying? So, man, make sure y'all just follow him. You know, he got a new strand of cannabis out as well. He got a dispensary coming, you know what I'm saying? He doing a lot of big things, man. So, you know what I mean? Shout out, much respect. Again, thank you for the interview, sir. And look forward to continue to network in that order. All right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know you can catch me again, actually going to be tomorrow. This is my next interview. I'm going to be with Miss Marilyn Foster. And as you see, Marilyn Foster's the CEO of LOOKN.us publishing house. And she's also an author and a public speaker. And so, you know, I look forward to celebrating the celebrity Marilyn Foster tomorrow. So, you know, you catch that tomorrow at 2 p.m. So I'm going to try to get some sleep so I can be prepared and, you know what I'm saying, for that interview tomorrow. So again, thank y'all again. Much love. Appreciate you. All right, that's right. Catch me next time tomorrow, 2 p.m. CST time. If anybody asks, I said it. Blessings.